These are my practice exercises for a movable B flat shape scale anywhere on the guitar neck in 2 octaves. I call it a B flat because the lowest point on the fretboard that we can play it when we're actually using the nut would be a B flat. Let's just bring it up 4 frets so we're playing in D major. The first thing I do is go up and down the scale in both octaves. I always like to play the arpeggio in both octaves between these exercises. A mistake I frequently make is trying to play the arpeggio at the same speed that I was playing the scale, which usually doesn't end well. Remember to keep this stuff slow. The whole point is not to learn to shred. When I'm practicing these, I'm not trying to learn to move my fingers quickly. I'm trying to teach my fingers where everything is, so that when I'm playing and expressing myself, I don't have to think about that part of it because the fingers kind of know. Don't forget, if you'd rather have a tab in front of you, there's a free download for tablature and diagrams in the link below. Unlike our C shape, our B flat 2 octave scale has a shift or 2 in there. So we're starting first finger on the 4th fret, second finger on the 5th fret, third finger on the 6th fret, and 4th finger on the 7th fret. And we can get the first octave that way. But to go on, we're going to want to shift. The rest of that scale isn't from the 4th fret to the 7th fret, it's from the 5th fret to the 8th fret. And there's even a shift at the end of that octave to get the last 2 notes. So there are different ways of looking at when you should shift. What's the best way to shift? What's the best time to shift? I usually do 2 things. I'll shift as late as I can. I'm trying to stay where I am with these movable scales and not shift until I have to, because the point is to learn this direction of the fretboard. But once I have to shift, I want to not piecemeal my shifts. I don't want to shift, I don't want to nibble. I want to get from where I was before to where I need to be in one shift or as few shifts as possible. I'll start from the 4th fret to the 7th fret, and then for the second octave, I'll creep my first finger up and the shift kind of happens naturally. Instead of starting with my second finger and then, oh no, I need to shift, when my pinky just realizes that it needs to go further up. When I'm playing that D, I'll shift with the first finger. And that just puts all the other fingers where they need to be for the rest of the scale. The last 2 notes, it is a wait till the last minute shift because I need 2 notes, so there's no reason to get ahead of it. On the way back down, it's kind of the same. See how I landed the pinky? If I was going to stay in this octave, I would have landed the 3rd finger. But if I know I'm going down, I want to land the pinky there. The second exercise is up 2 steps and down a 3rd. And then back down is down 2 steps and up a 3rd. I don't necessarily shift the same way when I do these. When I'm doing it right, I'm not thinking hard about the shifting. I'm letting the fingers learn what they like to do. But you do want to give it some thought, because if you start to have a pattern of shifting that you're tripping over and you don't nip it in the bud, you could develop a bad habit. The third exercise is the opposite of the second. It's up a 3rd and down 2 steps. Going back down is down a 3rd and up 2 steps. the fourth exercise, a third and a step, a third and a step. There are only 5 core movable scale shapes on the guitar fretboard, so practice this one really slow and get it down before moving on to the next one. In the next video, we're going to do a 2-octave A flat major scale shape anywhere on the neck.